get this one started. And we are underway from Glendale. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
And he gets this one just shy of 40 down at the 39. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the booths right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Brissett. This is taken in by McBride. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28.
That's good for a Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. To throw is Brissett. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
For the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
You want to talk about a driven player partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
Faking the give, Darnold. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
Second and 5.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 18. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Brissett sets to throw it. A short one here, caught by McBride. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Here's Brissett. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Here's Brissett. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are once again back in front.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Cardinals 10.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. Shifts by him. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
21 yards.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know it's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Darnold down to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 43 yards. And the Seahawks have moved out in front.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
At the 28-yard
and that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Brissett. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Complete.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Eligible receiver downfield.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Still second down.
Now Brissett. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. From the gun, here's Brissett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing, Brissett. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
To throw, Brissett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Cardinals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
First down.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals have yet again retaken the lead. So they brought the extra Bokin down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now Ryland for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score Cardinals.
So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Off of play action, Darnold. That'll be caught. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
It's a gain of
23 yards on the play.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Play action. It's Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the Cardinals' 48-yard line.
Here's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again, Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line.
14 yards.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Back to throw, Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing again is Darnold. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line.
That's another Seahawks first down. A gain of 19 yards. And a Seahawks first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. They'll run on first down. Hoover. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half as they have taken the lead. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Seahawks 21.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
To throw is Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Brissett. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
Brissett now. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It's a gain of 6.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
He's out of bounds.
And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team.
In fine form, what will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now it's Darnold. Now the ball comes loose. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by one score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator of the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense, and they were able to do it.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Short one here, caught by McBride. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they have regained the lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. On the return, Dortch. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
The Cardinals offense with Jacoby Brissett getting ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Brissett sets to throw it. A quick hitter complete. It's Wilson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
from 17 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And that makes it a 9-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the ball now going back over to Seattle Seahawks offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. They're down here in the third quarter, trying to get something going. Going to the outside there didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-body guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
They'll try the left side. It's Hoover. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
62 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hoover. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Another shot from the one on second and goal. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they were ringing him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Brissett. Throwing to the right side, complete to Harrison. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Harrison Jr. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 75 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Brissett. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he's got room. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Now Ryland for the PAT.
And that makes it a 9-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Darnold.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, Plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
To the air again, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Hoover. So nothing doing there. And it's second down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Darnold down to throw. Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to 17.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
17-yard line.
Second and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Hoover. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Darnold, a sneak. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Seahawks 35.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They go play action with Brissett. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline.
17 yards.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Watson going to get this one out wide. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Play fake. Brissett.
That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And that makes it a 9-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride.
Ryland
now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So now Darnold and the Seahawks
down by 9. A little under 2.5 to go. They're down to 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning, so speed will certainly be of the essence. Down 2 scores late. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Darnold to throw. Open man is Barner, the tight end.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And right side, they're going to go option here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Cardinals are going to have a first down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So it's a win here for the Cardinals, and it was thanks in part to their man under center, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, he really threw the ball well, didn't he? Well over 300 yards passing, hit on 3 touchdown passes, and he's delivering the ball in rhythm all game long.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.